Alright, we are live. I'm gonna check and see if everything is alright. And if it is, we will proceed. Okay, I'm assuming my voice is a bit low. I don't know. I don't know how to fix that, what caused that, or anything. I will try to fix that from the next session, that is tomorrow. And yeah, let's get to it. So yesterday we were trying to finish our draw draw call. So the way it is for now, of course we're going to have a radical redesign after all the information we've gathered. The way that the user is supposed to draw is to acquire a graphics command, and then it will acquire that as well. Maybe I should call the acquire, or maybe rename this. Anyways, yeah, that would give him a graphics command via which it can provide whatever he wants to draw, and then the user would submit the graphics command, and that would kick off the drawing. So that is what I'm trying to achieve. I Yesterday I decided to uh, make the user call this acquire. I'm realizing maybe it's better that I do that acquire, because as I see it here, this acquire thing, this has acquire in it. So maybe it is just better that I do call the choir. Or maybe, yeah, let's name this choir. Let's call the choir. Let's call the choir. So you know what the hell just happened there? Concert graphics man, right? What the hell am I doing? Where am I? Why did I even end up here? Alright, I hope that is fine. So yeah, we require the user is going to require graphics command and then use the interface that the graphics command provide to set off the drawing. And we got to this bit, which is bind render target, which had a weird interface. So that is this bind render target. So what I'm going to do for this part of the code is to actually the abstract out the render target. So what we realized from the previous session yesterday was that a render target is it has many things in it. One is actually the render target, not the render target. So that is the least thing that render target has in itself. It it comes with a lot of stuff that the current abstraction of render target is missing. So stud size t stride is one, stud size t offset is another, and that covers these. The other thing that, yeah, so there's another abstraction here. Okay, let me change the naming convention. What the hell? Render target. So another abstraction that we have is render target load action. So what this is going to provide, let's make this struct. So yeah, for now the interface is going to be our members. So what this render target load action is going to do is going to do this. So clear depth. So we're going to find some way to actually abstract these out. So our render target for depth map is going to be different. Our render target load action for depth map is going to be different than the rest. Like I could just simply use this load action descriptor, but that design just is not correct, you know. This load action descriptor. So let's just analyze the interface that we are given. So here we have a bunch of render targets. That is our colors. So let's just type in some stuff here. So number of color, what would you call this? Color targets, render targets. So color render targets, and then we have depth stencil render target, and then we have load action, load actions. So you can see this load actions contains load actions for color render targets and depth and stencil render targets. So these are separate here, but same in this. That is a design flaw right there. And then what we have here is, let's get some help here. So yeah, we have p color array slices. I don't know what that is used for. And then we have p color MIP slices, and then we have oh yeah, I understand what by that is an array. So that is essentially this. Sorry, where am I? Ah, so yeah, I was just right here. These are this MIP count and array count. this is a random target here, and our load action is going to have a clear color. So how would we go about actually setting these clear colors? The load action, we have a load action here, what to do, then there's a clear color. Same as this. That is load action and then it is a clear color. So I don't wanna use RGBA to clear depth. That is not good. That is not a proper design there. So how would we actually make some kind of distinction between those? So what I'm trying to say is that I want my render target load action to be different for color render targets and depth render targets. So let's go with the color one first. So I would do this render target. Let's go here. Load action. And then I'm going to get the clear color. So let's assume we have a vec4 here, and that is our clear value. I'm okay with that. We are getting extra 2 maybe for depth, but I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty happy with that. Let's go with this. I know this is not the best design we could have. The proper design that we would have would be just to uh, use some kind of variant here and decide whether this is depth or not. Knowing that it is either depth or not, we would cast the type back to what it should be, and we would go from there. So yeah, a variant would be the proper thing here. I'm wondering if I actually should use a variant. Let's use a variant. Why the hell not? It wouldn't cost us any performance here because we do actually know which we're going to use. So let's make it. Uh, I'm pretty sure that this EASTL is providing us with uh, variant. So what I'm going to do is to provide an structure. This structure is going to be the clear value. This is going to have floating point that is depth value and then stencil value, and then this is going to be ESTL variant of vec4 and depth clear value. That's that. That is our clear value. Now that is a proper abstraction of this, and it is actually not going to cost us anything, any performance here. Let's just see if ESTL does have this variant, because this variant is CPP 17 actually, and this ESTL I believe is providing us with, so yeah, that is not, is providing us with C++17 library features in C++11. EASTL. It's not stood there. So yeah, I am misspelling magnets. That is a problem there. Alright, seems to have worked. Then what our function is going to do here by render targets is going to take a bunch of render targets and a single render target load, let's say load action container actions container tar. Okay, and a single render target load action for depth, and this is actually going to be an optional, but I want it to be a ref optional, which we do not have. So yeah, this part of the code sucks. ESTL optional. That is just because the standardization committee could not agree on what actually an optional is. I want an optional depth here. Actually, am I allowed to? Yeah, I believe I am allowed to not provide a depth. That is what's happening here. Check that. Yeah, here it is not providing a depth parameter, I believe. Yeah, that first null here, that is the depth render target, which is nulled, which I believe means I do not want a depth buffer. Let's go with that. So I am risking a copy here, but I believe the compiler can optimize that out. Let's hope the compiler can actually optimize that out. That's going to be ref, and that is going to be constant. There goes that. Set viewport. Okay then, so I believe each bind is going to unbind whatever was bound before. I believe that is the case from what I see here, because I don't see any unbounds, unbind. Like yeah, that is the case here, I believe. I know that OpenGL did have some interfaces to unbind things, so probably they just abstracted that out. So yeah, this probably just unbinds everything else. Then I believe these should go somewhere else. These don't belong here anymore. Or maybe they do. Man set Caesar. Set Caesar. So yeah, okay. I don't know what Caesar is here, so I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know. Do these actually belong here into this point range targets? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. Should I provide an extra interface for that, or should I not provide an extra interface for that? I do not know. Let's provide it. Why the hell not? Those are simple interfaces. You'll be able to later on change them. Set viewport. Where are our parameters here? Min depth, max depth. I believe this should have been a frustum here. Like, you could abstract that out. Hmm. Mean depth and max depth. Alright, that is that. Let's go for stud size T, I believe. For width, I don't know. Yeah, let's go for stud size T. So for window coordinates, I've seen some people that somewhere, some places that actually negative numbers do mean something. So that was why I was wondering if I should go with stud size T or not. Because stud size is, of course, being a size, is always a positive number. but except in 0. And yeah, so I was doubting my decision in case these could actually accept negative numbers till I actually saw that they don't accept negative numbers there. So you're safe here. Alright, there goes that, and we are done. Gonna remove those. Oh god, this code is just so inconsistent with itself. Why would you be so inconsistent with yourself? I don't know, dude. I don't know. What was that? I'm looking for that number. Yeah, here. Alright, I'm gonna just throw there. And then I'm going to provide this. Alright, we put that there. Goes that. And if we have this, we would just use Oopsie do. We have a problem which is that these should be here. That is why that wasn't working. My IntelliSenses are working here. I believe that is the reason this should be. It understands that this is render targets. Then why am I not getting? Well, let's go with that. What the hell is just that? Not non-member. Okay, then I should be using gets here. So I'm just gonna simply get this clear value from my variant there, which is going to look like this. Render target clear value. No, that's alright. Render target load action. Load action. Diff. Oh, what am I doing? That is going to be this. And then diff, and then stencil. So I was just thinking at the moment. Let's see what those load actions can actually be. Max load action, but okay. Clear, don't care, load, and clear. So maybe I could uh, avoid this. Maybe I could actually avoid this. What is don't care? What does that do? Load action type don't care. What does don't care actually do? That is to be questioned. Load action. Let's see what the don't care actually does. There's load action here. Target, blah blah. Okay, load actions. That is that. So if the load action is clear, they just set that. If it is this or load action clear. Why? What? Wait, what happened there? So they're clear in depth, even if load action is stencil. So the interesting thing here is that they're providing we have two values per load action. So, but two states for load action, but one single value, like one single setter. Why is that? I have no clue. So this virtually boils down to either you actually want to clear at load or you don't want to clear at load. So I think that enum can be boiled down to that. Let's just see if these values are actually used anywhere. Okay, they're not used here. Let's check these. Not used there either. Used here. Used on Vulkan. That is interesting. Below the action, blah blah. Let's see the rest of those values. We had one more value to uh, check against. We have this one more load action load. Let's see if that is used as well. What I'm wondering here is whether there's actually a reason to provide these three values. Okay, this one is not being used. Why would you provide it as your interface? That is weird. So that is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about bad interface. So not only is this variant, this would actually be okay. I'm going to remove that. That can go to hell. So this can actually be be an optional here. But I am not going to use an optional variant because the variant can actually uh, have an uninitialized state. So that is this. Returns the zero-based index of the alternative that is currently held by the variant. So yeah, with that gone, we're going to come to our interface here. So this is our interface, I believe, yeah. Diff render load action. Alright, so this is the meat of the problem, I guess. So I'm going to do this. If the load action, which is let's see, what was it called? Clear value. Okay, this is our clear value here. If the index of this clear value is, let's just see. If the index is, let me check something else again. I'm kind of scatterbrained here. I'm just trying to figure out the proper design for this, so I'm just jumping around. So bear with me for a moment till I actually find the proper uh, abstraction for this. Okay, yeah, that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get the index, which is by that index member function. And if index is actually 2, since it's replaced index of the alternative that is currently held by the variant. If the variant is valueless, returns okay, variant no. Sorry for the loss of connection there. I am back. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I was just saying. So if I am provide the clear value, I am going to use that clear value with this. So my load action is going to be load action clear. If I'm not providing a value for my clear value, I'm going to use load action load. So with that said, we just remove the single variable from our render target load action. And that is that. What else am I supposed to do here? This code is probably full of compilation errors. We will just get them one by one and eliminate them. So let's put this if actually here. I do not want this like this one here. Let's see if there is a proper interface for that. So that one there. So there's a dependency from this one here to the order of my types here. So I want an interface that would provide me that order. I don't want to just willy-nilly depend on that. Obtain a pointer to the value. No. Double classes. Add variant x and variant size v. Variant alternative t. No. Variant and position. Why? Okay. Why am I so much buffering? Index. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Visits. No state. Well, let's just depend on that for now. I will provide. I will fix that mail later. Okay, okay. So yeah, my problem at the moment is that index of this is being provided here as a magic number. This is being used here as a magic number. That one there, and the index of my wake 4 is going to be used probably here as another magic number that I do not like. So that is going to be the code here. I am going to remove this, maybe not remove it. I need this, so I'm gonna cut that, and there's going to be an else here, which is going to be that. So if I'm provided a clear value, I'm gonna clear with the set value. If I'm not provided a clear value, I am not going to clear with the set value. And of course, I am not setting the proper. Oh, look at this. That is exactly the same thing here. And the depth is a floating point. Yet the stencil is UN32. Maybe I should fix those here. Maybe I should actually use this. Okay, it would not give me what I want. I'm not going to use that. Uh, Let me just explain myself a bit. Uh, let's make this first suit size T. So the engine is actually providing these, as you could see there. Uh, you can see that we are providing our own abstractions for these, yet the engine does as well. So I could use the abstractions that the engine is providing, but I decided not to. And the reason I decided not to is that this I'm using a variant, they're using a union. My variant is way superior to the union. My variant is providing optionality, yet this is not. And I am realizing at the moment that my design is actually a bit incorrect as like the design of the main engine. So, or maybe not. The reason for that is that these could actually be optionals as well. These are optionals too. So I could be clearing the depth value yet not clearing the stencil value. So that is depth stencil clear value. Mhm. So we know that we either wanna clear a vector of 4 or a depth clear value, or a depth and stencil value. So let's make this optional. Now at this point, some people would just say too many optionals variants. You're overusing them. Yeah, I feel the same, but that is actually what the logic here is. So I'm either going to like try to kind of badly implement the actual design that we have, or actual problem that we have. I'm going to either solve it properly, or I'm going to just try to try to patch things together just to make it run. And that is not a good thing in my opinion. So let's do it properly. It's been the third day that we're working on this simple simple interface just to make it work, and it is not going so well so far. It's taking too much time. But I guess once we're done, it is going to be uh, pretty alright, I guess. Alright, that seems fine to me. So the logic is kinda complex here. Alright, maybe we would be happier if we did this. I do not like doing code like that, but that makes code easier. And I'm going to put this here as our default values. Alright, so that is our div load action. Let's go for our color load action, and then we should be just fine. Right, for I have to provide a raw loop here. I have no other solutions because I need the index. And so if while I is less than the size of my render targets, then I'm going to do some kind of similar for similar action here. Okay, I plus plus. I'm going to copy paste this. Copy paste this actually, and maybe along the like further into the development, we will be able to, yeah, we might be able to uh, get rid of this code duplicate here. Vec4 and okay. So I'm now asking this to be randomly accessible. This is not good. This is not good. No, 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 no. Nope. Nope. I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. We're asking for further restriction on the type of the container we're getting there. So it's going to be X. Okay, I'm happier with that. And also, now my dilemma at the moment is whether I should make this Vec for an optional, because that is the nature of that. It could be optional, but then this could say I'm not providing any clear values. Yeah. I'm not doing that. Our clear value can already be none. So I'm not going to do that. Okay, we should set these, and then we would be done. We are going to have lots and lots of uh, compilation errors over these renamings and stuff. So yeah, that is going to take some time. It's been days, I guess 3 days that we haven't compiled this code. Today I'm going to do it. I don't care how much overtime we're going to be. I'm going to get this code compiled. And why is that happening? Alright, we're getting close, we're getting there. We're almost there. Uh, have some patience. Sorry. We are almost there. So this code just prepares our load action. So that load actions is now usable here. So the other thing that we need to get ready, like prepare, is we're going to need our pointer to render targets, pointer to color array slices, blah blah blah, and lots others. One thing that I'm wondering here, what would happen if we provided zeros as our color image slices? So no one is actually checking these values, so I think I shouldn't be passing zeros here, but maybe I should provide 1 as a default value. Array size plus, okay, array size could be 0. This is not the proper way of actually writing your code. Do not do this, but I have no other option. I do not have documentation on this. Yeah, 0 should be fine. Zero should be fine. Okay then, how many stud arrays is that going to be? Let's comment this code here. Yeah, I commented that code just to get a compilation. Let's see what our errors are because of unsum. I wouldn't. What is wrong with you? Enum type, blah blah, the scope. Prefer enum class. Okay. Ah, I didn't mean to click on that. That takes just so long to compile. Let's ignore the warnings. cannot open include file blah blah. And where is that? Who wanted to include that meta? ESTL meta.each. So I guess that comes from variant. Do we not have variant? We kinda we kinda relied on that. ESTL meta.h. It is unable to include config.h. Some compilers example bro. As a result. Ah, come on. What do I do with that? Why is ESTL not complete? Meta.h is here. Config. Config.h is here. Type traits. What happened there? Like, this is unnecessary. Oh, come on, I do not want to modify that code. That is awful. That is just properly awful. Okay. You are correct. This should be a simple dot there. There is going to be a uh, ton of compilation errors. That is why I'm doing this. I want to get this compiled at this point and just finish it up later. Cannot convert from blah blah to blah blah. Yeah, you cannot convert that. And I want you to do so. So you do it. You submit. You put some constants here. I am making a lot of modifications to the interface, which I will have to, like, later on fix. apply as well to the Vulkan version and D3011 version, because I'm just compiling on D3012 at the moment, and that is what I'm fixing. Okay, swap chain index is when treated as error. There is a narrowing there. Index is of course unit 8. So stud static cast stud unit 8 on line T. I'm having an illegal cast here. What is this? That is unit 32, which should be size T to me. To me, this just looks like size T. And we have multiple definition of this. Okay, okay, I get that. This is. Firstly, I'm going to make this to size T. Alright, now that we're done with that, let's see. Alright, that is alright. This here. Core graphics command. Okay, that needs to be. Yeah, I'm turning that back to unit 32. That has to be unit 32. That is being directly passed to. That has been directly passed to this, which takes unit 32. So it is not going to be easy to actually make that size T, which I believe it should be size T. But at the moment it's not. And there's this. Let's make this unit 32 as well. Unknown type uint 8 underline T. Why is this unknown type? That is just absurd. You have just the int. Uint 8 is a proper type. What do you mean unknown type? And what is it? Present descriptor undefined undeclared identifier here. Okay, maybe that is the problem. But I don't think so. Static cast. Okay, I've spelled it correctly. Illegal token at right side of this. Am I missing something here? Is this not a type? It is a type. Then what is wrong with this? Oh, I get it. We do not have static type, static cast. And fence dot get. This fence status function does not take two arguments. Okay, no pre-renderer require that is going to be okay. That is going to then be Fence. Also, I believe it is called fence putter at the moment. Is it not? It is called fence putter. That seems fine. Lots of compilation errors, just as we expected. This just feels like it's not going to end anywhere. Okay, seems like it worked. 18 minutes of uh, uh, fixing compilation errors, and it compiles. But does it load actually? It does not. It crashed. It just crashed. Okay, where did it crash? Okay, we crashed on submit. So there's a problem with our wait semaphore, I guess. Wait semaphore for that. That is null. Let's call it that submit. Okay, that's an easy fix. I think I forgot to actually. Yeah, we should properly initialize that at initialize. Where is that? That should be properly initialized at initialize swap chain. Why am I not in place in here? That is my question. Why have I not in place here? Unique pointer, does unique pointer have in place member? That is going to simplify a lot. There's actually an in place. There is no in place as far as I see in this, so that is why I'm doing that. Okay, okay. Alright. Okay, let's fix this. We should be working. remove semaphore, remove semaphore, add semaphore, and that's going to be that. Okay, my question is whether I have typed it for this swap chain. Okay, I don't, but maybe I should. Well, let's first run this. I think it's going to work, and if it does, we will think about fixing that. Ooh, look at this. Alright, I know why that happened, but just look at this. We actually cleared this. We have a clear color here. And the reason for that is that I am not safe releasing. We have some work to do. We will fix that tomorrow. Okay, we are almost there. We are really close. We are really close, but doesn't actually fit into this session. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.